Hey, so what's the deal? You have notes or
Yeah, I have notes. I have notes.
okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. What did you want to go over?
Yeah, I listened to how you were talking with Tobias last night, and yeah, but what a great conversation! What a
Right?
great conversation!
It was good, right?
Yeah, it was great. It was great, and I wish I was there to like put my 2 pennies
Pennies.
to
Yeah.
5 cents.
Oh, I wish you were there too, but it was nice to get a one-on-one with Tobias.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
One-on-ones are different.
With
Definitely.
my stuttering, I would be slowing things down.
Yeah, it would have been
And
a
that
it
was
would have
just
been a 4 hour
yeah,
spot.
and that was just so smooth.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you think? What comments did you have? What do you want to go over?
Yeah. So where to start? Should I start? Uh,
Wherever you want.
yeah. 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 So yeah. So you were talking about modern monetary theory, right?
Yeah.
Um, and you said how those guys say that the government can print as much money as they want, right? As can get so much debt as they need.
That was my
Uh, uh, and my comment on that is that this they actually understand supply and demand very well, and they designed design those ideas around it, and when they uh, create debt, um, they can do so as long as it is um, countered by taking the money out of the market. And in order to do that, they use taxes, right? So any additional debt has to be paired with a tax increase, or otherwise something like this. So the new money comes back to the those who emit emit it, right? And it starts being funny when you think about it in the limit. What happens in the limit? Uh, so, in the limit of infinite money printing, right? They say as much as they need. Yeah, just go for it, right? So, in the limit of infinite um, debt creation, you need to do basically 100% of taxes, right? So it literally means something like slavery, because everyone is basically working just to give back those money. I mean, it is an impossible scenario, but it's the limit behavior, so we're not surprised. It's absurd, but basically people are getting paid with something they have to immediately give back, so they don't really receive nothing. So like a country can't go beyond of what the people doing slavery work would produce, like the purchasing power, the ultimate purchasing power that gets extracted this way is bounded by what people can produce. Like people can't I mean, they can print infinite money even without any inflation, but it has to be paired with slavery, and at best they have the power, the purchasing power of an entire country full of slaves.
So for
And
so modern monetary theory is slavery.
is what?
Are you saying that it's slavery? The
I mean, it's a smooth transition from freedom to slavery. Like if you don't go 100% on 100% printing, like printing infinity of money, you get like partial slavery. You get like some of the work extracted from the people, um, mm, like. Out of the system, right? They like leeching some power from what with some, I mean, some goods that people produce. It's like a part-time slavery.
part-time slavery.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my comment on how they can get away with like having no boundaries to what they can do. The actual physical real boundary is what the entire population of a country can produce in a slavery in a slavery setting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's my comment on supply and demand approach in modern monetary theory.
So
Uh, yeah.
so you think like you think Ergon is than this scenario?
Is what?
You think Ergon is much better than this scenario of modern monetary theory slavery?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely, yeah, I absolutely think so. Mm, and I agree to 100% agree that they know what they're doing. Like that, it's not a bad theory if your goal is to like make state work, because work. I mean, state is essentially a violent entity, and it has to be like, you know, has to be somewhere on the line between slavery and freedom, right?
Sorry, can you repeat?
State must be somewhere on the line uh, between slavery and freedom,
Hmm.
because that's the nature of like monopoly on violence.
Yeah,
It's
but
not about theory for them. Maybe not a good theory for us, right?
yeah, but how does Aragon free us from that?
Well, mm, mm, well, they don't have the power to extract literally anything otherwise than through taxation. But it's not like theirs money. It's money of everyone's. Maybe cringe, but money of the people, right?
Yeah,
So um, it it comes to the existence through work, through people doing like producing electricity, producing the material, and then finally using those products in the next step to mine the coins, right? Uh, and I wanted to also to comment about proof of work uh, with a secondary use case.
yeah.
You were also talking about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We did get into that. So what do you think about that?
Mm, Yeah, so the secondary usage of proof of work is not exactly a secondary usage for the coins that get created this way. Like when you were discussing discussing uh, proof of work that does something outside of providing the mathematical truth, right? Um, mm, uh, it still doesn't give the use case for the coins. And what I think does give this secondary use case, it's actually Tobias's idea. He might have forgot it because it was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago when he said that. Um, he was talking about those sort of electric powered machines, like protocols in which you have to burn some of Ergon to participate, like to mint some other coin, like what I was referring to in one of the articles about uh, mm, Ergon supply shrinking, like using Ergon as a consumable. So you remember that?
Yeah, Ergon being used as a supply shrink consumable good within the ecosystem.
Yeah, within the ecosystem. Tak. Yeah, yeah. Um yeah, in 2018 or maybe a bit earlier, there was a big wave of those coins that have proof of work that does something else, like finds those prime numbers um, or like solve the particles dynamics, like those protein foldings.
Folding, yeah.
But it never went anywhere, and in my opinion, it's okay because it messes with the incentives. When the proof of work has additional usage, it's not only about creating
Yeah.
the
Chain.
truth, right? And yeah, this is what we were talking, that the electricity is not wasted. It is used to create something that is very unique and has only one purpose, and it is proving by the virtue of its um,
Proving
mathematic
reality.
strength. Could you repeat?
Proving reality.
Yeah, proving reality. Yeah, yeah, like proving, mm, signing one truth with another truth, right?
Yeah.
Transferring the strength of this truth, of this mathematical objective truth, to something that happened, like the timestamp and that the fact that those transactions existed at this point,
Yeah.
right? It's the transfer of this
There's no waste.
truth.
If
Yeah,
you
there's
stop
actually no waste. Yeah, yeah, and like those heating engines, what using the waste electricity from mining, it's actually just just improving the efficiency of a mining machine, like heating with wasted heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is literally just like pushing the number of you know pushing the number of how efficient the machine is something higher. And well, hitting something like purposefully, not as a like a byproduct of um, of mining, like doing something like you want to, like being motivated to only to hit yourself and not to mine, and mining in like in addition. Well, we have heat pumps. Heat pumps can have 500% efficiency in heating, because I mean, it's not efficiency exactly, it's some other word, but they literally pump the heat from the ground, and it's much cheaper than producing this heat um, from electricity. So it's not like it's gonna take over and every heater will be, I mean, every electric heater will be a miner at the same time. but it's like capturing the waste and putting it to use to improve the efficiency, in my opinion. Yeah. So that's my comment. That's my comment on that.
Your comment is um, capturing the use. Um, is it capturing the usage of electricity? What am I trying to say? Is it
Capturing the waste to improve the efficiency.
yeah, capturing the waste to make it more efficient, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So there
Yeah.
is no waste.
Yeah, so there is no waste. Yeah, yeah. Nothing is
Like
wasted actually.
waste itself is like a is a is a is a that is a wrong concept for it.
Yeah, in this scenario where you actually are using this mm, heat to like heat yourself up, then yeah, then there's no waste.
It's like you were saying, like it's it's not solved, it's dissolved.
Yeah, the problem is dissolved. Yeah.
Dissolve the problem of waste. So yeah, so there's no waste in because things are repurposed for other things. Um, and that was your second comment on the.
Yeah, that was my second comment. Yeah. And I have like two more comments about usury.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
if you don't mind.
Oh,
So uh,
go ahead.
yeah, all of what you said was absolutely true, and but also Christians also weren't allowed to do usury back in the days, um, back in the Middle Ages. They were completely banned from it. But I mean, not taking loans, taking debt, but in giving it, and they only could have taken debt from could have taken loan from the Jews, and that's one of the sources of the everlasting conflicts that there were in Europe. Uh, mm, that's why this animosity. That's one of the sources, at least according to the depth per first 5,000 years book by David Graeber.
Hmm.
Yeah, I read that one, and it's an amazing book. Yeah.
So it's like you know the saying, the money is the root of all evil.
Yeah,
It's more like debt is the root of all evil.
yeah, that's a great idea to put it that way. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because it just spirals out of control. Like it's a great idea at first, but it's like a drug and it just spirals out of control. And it just
yeah,
you end up face planting.
yeah. And do you know the um, wise tradition that the Jews have in their in Torah and in their culture
Yeah, no
of
usury.
yeah relating to usury. They had jubilee every 50 years. All debts were cancelled.
Canceled.
They had every 50 years they had an event where all debts were cancelled
What the
because they figured out pretty early that they are like when they accumulate and when things spiral out of control, the compounding power gets people. uh, mm, you just have to reset them, and they had a tradition uh, to cancel out all the debts every 50 years.
So they have a traditional Great Reset button.
Yeah, yeah, they have a traditional Great Reset button, and I think this is very wise for like even for a law of a country to have that, like, and everyone is informed, and every bank that is giving a loan, they know it will be canceled in like 10 years, so they can plan for that. They can adjust their policy, and yeah, and then the Great Reset comes.
Yeah, but that Great Reset, like people are affected by it negatively, right?
And some people are positively affected by it, because not all debts were given rationally, and actually lots of people. mm, I mean, it's like right now in Poland, what we had was that most of the loans that were given, like 95% or something, were the ones that react to the indexes, like when the interest rates grows, the debts become more expensive, right? I don't know how it's called in English, but those were the types of loans. So, and if someone in the ancient times goes to slavery for debt, uh, then they are responsible with everything. Like they risk everything by taking that up, and the other side, like in the context of what happens now, the other side risks almost nothing. Like they don't even risk with the interest rates, because when they grow, well, they get more money from the one who took the loan, right? So what are you paying them for? What are you actually paying them for? You're paying them for like the risk. What risk do they take even? What what risk do they take if like they don't risk that the value of money will change, like the interest rates will change? So um, it's not a completely fair agreement, and the other side has to be backed by violence to even enforce the loans, right? Because when you don't pay your debt, it's not just we agree, and it's like a relationship things. You will just get offended if I don't pay you back. It's sanctioned by it's an obligation sanctioned by the law and by the state. Mm. Like when you give a loan, if you get a loan from mafia, the two Russians with a curling hair, uh, uh, hair curling iron will appear at your door, right?
With the what?
Um, an iron for curling hair, like to make locks on your hair. It's a joke that
Oh,
they will. Where will they put it?
so let's get back to the 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 debt.
Yeah, it has to be enforced by violence, and it's not like yeah, and yeah. So that would be a smooth transition to say that loans are quite incompatible with trustless environment. I mean, debt is incompatible with trustless environment because
Right.
you need those Russians with a curling iron
Right.
to enforce that. You
Right.
can't
Right. And
do
that's why,
that. Do
like
that.
in DeFi, you see like everything is collateralized or over collateralized.
Yeah, yeah, and that over collateralized mm, loan is not actually a loan; it's a bet. It's a bet on the relative values of those things. So it's more of that than an actual. I mean, you're not in debt when you have that.
I mean, if it was an Ergon, it would be an actual loan because if it was stable, it would be.
I mean, you're still betting, but you're on a favorable end of this debt, right? I mean, of this bet, you're on a favorable end here. When an actual debt starts, it has to be an under collateralized one. You have to be taking. I mean, for it to not be to not be mm, for it to not be a bet, you have to take something more than you had initially from someone. Otherwise, you're not in debt. You're just betting one value against another one value.
Right. Right.
So um, so yeah. I think that is incompatible with trustless environment. It can be patched in with like laws when you like you actually can lend someone Ergons and have a contract with them that will be enforceable by law that they have to return it,
Yeah.
right? Or it can be on a good buddy agreement, like hey, you will give it back, right? Yeah, I will. Um, I swear as a Boy Scout, right?
Yeah.
So and yeah, and that can work. Like I swear as a Boy Scout, and that doesn't bring any of those terrible consequences to everyone. Because when you don't pay the loan, you maybe lose a friend, but it's not like you will go into like a slavery or an effective slavery, like when you're in debt towards someone who has those rations with curling iron, right?
Yeah. Okay. So that not compatible with trustless environments.
Yeah, that's what I think. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Um, we'll see. We will see.
Yeah, it definitely does interest me thinking about it. You know, um, can you have trustless debt?
Yeah, it's basically all trust. All everything of that is trust. You can have trustless bets. There's a lot of them in the crypto space.
Yeah.
If something is a bet, then fine. Sure, you can have it. But otherwise, well, you have no way to trustlessly enforce enforce things towards anons on the internet. Like you're not going to meet someone on Tor and having no trust established, like not knowing each other. You're not going to lend them anything because you know they won't give it back. They
Right.
will just take it and run away. You have no way of tracing them, right? So all right.
Right. Right. But a smart contract.
Yeah, so they have to have something at stake. They have to have something of a bigger value at stake, right?
Yeah.
So that
And
it
I
has to
love
be
that. I
collateralized.
love that because proof of stake. It's like
Yeah.
proof of
They have
stake.
to have the
Proof of stake is not good for consensus, but it's good for finance.
yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. That's a good observation.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
it's an old observation of mine, actually. Thought of that a while ago.
yeah. Very insightful. Very insightful indeed.
Hey, I'm an insightful guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, shit, but yeah, that's definitely something we'll have to that would be a good topic. Um, proof of stake as a financial instrument rather than a consensus instrument, because
Yeah.
proof of work is the only objective consensus that we can reach. So anyone advocating the base layer to be proof of stake is essentially Satan. And I know you don't, you're an atheist, but you get metaphorically, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know.
Like
Calling someone
someone
a
who wants
Satan is
to make the state subjective is
yeah,
is absolutely crazy, senile, and yeah, it's like that's why I became so against Vitalik um, ever since he um, ever since he supported switching to proof of stake for Ethereum.
yeah,
I was like, you just ruined Ethereum. Ethereum is now a toy. It's it's no longer a base settlement layer for the metaverse because it is subjective and it will never have objective consensus built into it, like Bitcoin or like Ergon. But like we were saying, proof of stake can be used for like financial purposes, like people staking a bunch of collateral into something so that people don't have to trust anything. They know that let's say let's say we have an agreement for $10, right? And the stake that someone put into it, let's just assume it's a financial institution. They put a $10 billion stake um into that $10 agreement. No one's gonna break the contract for $10. No one
yeah,
no one's gonna willingly lose billions of dollars to gain $10. So
yeah,
staking is a very useful mechanism for incentivizing trustless negotiations over the internet.
yeah. There was this idea um, created by a guy whose name was Omani or something.
Yeah.
Um, AW E uh, yeah, something like Omani. Yeah, okay. So he uh, he invented zero confirmation forfeits.
Zero
That
confirmation. What?
forfeits forfeits. I'm not sure
Okay.
if that. Could you repeat?
Zero confirmation forfeits. Is that what you said?
Yeah, forfeits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he invented that, and it was meant to secure zero confirmation transactions. So you have a stake somewhere, and if you try to double spend uh, uh, anything that has to do with you, like you link your stake to your transactions, and if you create a copy of a transaction that spends the same output twice, uh, your stake gets donated to the miners,
Right.
because that's like anyone can spend it. It becomes anyone can spend.
Right.
So was meant to incentivize no, I mean security of zero confirmations. And that was a 2018 idea. I think it happened around when Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV was splitting, and uh, this new
Scaling
opcode was being introduced, the one that can verify an arbitrary signature, and it was based on that idea of
yeah.
zero forfeits.
There's so many clever ways to actually scale transaction throughputs that it's almost like transaction throughput is a red herring. Like it's an illusion. Like the scalability argument is a total illusion. And the real barrier to entry for like actual success of blockchain mass adoption is the lack of liquidity because of inelastic supply. Like
Yeah,
like people have focused for maybe a decade on scaling the blockchain, and they think the work they think of when they think of scale, they think of speed, but they don't think abstractly of of, of what scaling actually means. Because scaling means everyone can use it, and everyone can use it means ac equal access to liquidity, which means which requires an elastic supply.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, Ergon is just like it's the second coming of Bitcoin.
Second coming of Bitcoin. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. I'm thrilled. Like I definitely am trying to ramp up like getting people into it over the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to make another comment on your previous video uh, about different kinds of labor theory of value,
Okay.
right? Because you were saying that Ergon is kind of based on the uh, labor theory of value, but not exactly. And I wanted to comment that the like the Proudhonian version, like in the mutualist school of thought, speaks about the theory of minimal labor. I mean, minimal labor theory of value, and this is like quite better from what is usually said in that context, mm, because it's about a value of. I mean, you value thing like as uh, with a minimum amount. Uh, uh, I mean, with minimal labor that you can get all around the market, not like the actual work, because someone can be wasteful, someone can just, I don't know, do some unnecessary things, not be very efficient in what they are working, and it's not like, well, you were riding with that track back and forth and you were not doing a good job, so why do you think you're entitled to um, being rewarded for all the unnecessary work you did, right? So that's a minimal labor of getting something that is exactly equivalent to what you want, right? And I think it's not the entire story. I don't think I think it's the story of the supply side of the market, and the subjective theory of value is the story of the demand side of market, and the actual price, the resulting value, is the consensus between the two. Like, yeah, you value water very much, but there is also supply for it, so it's fine. It's not going to cost millions just because you need water every day. right? I think people often argue that um, mm, about this subjective theory of value, labor theory of value. I think there is a consensus between the two, and that's how the prices form relative to each other. There's also, some. I mean, you could talk about it. We could talk about it for ages and barely scratch the surface. But I think there's also like the sizes of the markets that come into play, like the competition between the goods that people have to produce, need to produce, and what is demand, what the demand is there for. Like maybe your the labor is better spent somewhere else. Uh, so you go to do that, and that also affects the things. Um, Thinking of it in terms of double auction, like an exchange, helps a lot with like understanding what's this about. But yeah, I think like focusing on only on a single theory of value maybe flashes the baby with the bathwater.
So you think that focusing on a single theory of value is a, a bad thing?
I mean, I wouldn't say a bad thing, but maybe it misses important parts of the puzzle,
Right, right, right.
right? Yeah, and I think like that Ergon is only partially grounded in labor theory of value.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
if in any so that would be the minimal labor theory of value. That's what I say.
yeah. Yeah, I mean like any theory of value, like people debate on people debate the theory of value a lot, and it does come down to work, right?
Yeah,
It comes down to who's willing to do this thing for who's willing to exert X amount of energy for Y amount of compensation.
yeah, yeah.
This theory of value is in Ergon, it makes a lot of sense because you are just proportionally rewarding people for their work.
Yeah.
So it's like it does create the ultimate stability mechanism. Does it not?
Yeah, but someone sold it below uh,
Yeah, well,
the production costs
that's
on the
information
secondary market.
asymmetry. That's information asymmetry.
Yeah, exactly. So that's their subjective. Theory of value
There's a,
coming into play.
yeah,
So it's like a consensus between one and another, right?
yeah,
So there is sort of decentralized consensus because markets are mm, essentially a consensus mechanism about value.
yeah. Awesome. I'm just being like flooded with messages and updates and stuff like that.
Could you repeat because I couldn't hear you?
I'm getting flooded with conversations and stuff. You know, like my phone's buzzing.
Okay. Yeah. Uh,
I'm trying to stay focused.
I have last comment about forks and do we know how
Doubling
will they
supply.
play out? Could you repeat?
How forks play out, yeah, the dynamics of forks and what how how they relate to liquidity.
How about you talked with Tobias that they might be a very problematic thing with Ergon.
I don't remember, but yeah, we talked about
Contentious forks.
potential problems with forks and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
how is that different from how is an Ergon fork different from a Bitcoin fork?
Well, the price of both sides has to come back to what it was. You can't have this highly asymmetric asymmetric fork when one side of the fork is perpetually at mm, like 2000. I mean, at $200, while the other is at 40,000. Right, right. Like it was with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Like both have to come back to the same price. Right. The same, or if the fork is about the supply, then to I mean about the like the rates of Moore's law correction, uh, then they both have to come to what was intended. So the the losing side, because they are rarely symmetric, those forks, the losing side is getting like a huge hit for the security. Is getting like the side that has to shrink has to do it very fast. And at scale it's very difficult because it's like an earthquake, like a huge crisis. So that might disincentivize contentious forks a bit, because if you lose, you lose big, um, because you have you're getting hit right in the security. Right. So mm, so also the fact the liquidity doesn't double, like when the number of uh, coins apparently doubles within during a fork, right? Because when you have a fork, as you were saying with Tobias, uh, your liquidity doesn't actually multiply by two. So one price, if the fork is asymmetric, like one price is much more real than the other. So mm, the things that are being bought and sold against this the coin, they can't actually double. So nothing is actually created out of thin air. So one of the coins is getting hit in liquidity, or both. I mean, both are getting, but assuming it's asymmetric, one is getting hit more than the other, and one of those prices is like less real in a way, right? So you can't really sell your coins this easily without like a slippage, even if that price will come back to what it is intended to be, you're still not getting um, it at the equilibrium value. You are rarely getting it at the equilibrium value. So that's my idea of how a fork plays out. If the number of coins apparently doubles, and then nothing appears out of thin air, there's no new value created this way, right?
Um, I wish Tobias was on the call.
Yeah, maybe we'll have
I want to
another.
I want to hear his rebuttal for this.
uh, I don't think he will rebut this, but maybe something like a yeah, that's an interesting point. Maybe it will be like this. I think he will say something like this, or maybe we will have like a back and forth day after day of comments to comments to comments.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yes, so that's the end of my my like the things I couldn't hold in myself, so I had to like
No.
put my 5 cents.
Yeah, you were able to let it go. Um, the fork. I think we have to talk more about this. Um, uh, the nature of forking and creating value out of thin air and balancing of it with Tobias
Yeah, that would be fun.
because like you can tell me about it, but like he was the one talking about it, so like we need to hear his we need to see what he has to say about it. I mean,
Yeah, so that's the end of my commentaries, and now I want to hear from you.
want to hear from me
Yeah,
about about which part.
about everything, about what you about the podcast, and your views and your thoughts and uh, hmm, yeah, everything.
My views are that this podcast is going to be the base layer or the platform or the bedrock of something amazing that we're building. And I think that like continuously having people like you, Tobias, I have just like an endless amount of people who are interested in coming on um, the show. I think that it's going to be an awesome podcast. And if you want me to like dive into the aspects of what we just went over, which is a lot. I mean, you just dove into the theory of value basically for an hour. So it's not something that's easy to comment on the fly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
but my opinion is that um, Ergon's proportional um, reward system aligns with this uh, sort of labor theory of value, and
yeah,
I can see it becoming. Yeah, I think Ergon is going to be the unit that people
yeah. The unit.
the unit, yeah, the unit, yeah. What like the in the same way that we measure energy, we
Yeah, that would be great.
need to measure ergons, and that's my that's my perspective. That's my take on the whole podcast and this and everything. It's like Ergon's gonna blow up. I think it's gonna be like you said, it was a self substantiating um
Yeah,
proposal. Basically, it came out of you.
yeah. It like sprouted. I mean, it mutated
Yeah,
and it came about on its own, like
and it
using me
can't
as a
stop.
tool, but like a very unimportant tool.
Yeah, you can't stop it. It's like discovering the freaking triangle, like like or a wheel. Like it's just one of those things that when you discover it and when you talk about it, um, it's not going away. Pandora's box. Ergon is a great Pandora's box, and it has like I love that it stuck to the fundamentals of Nakamoto consensus and such, so that it can be a good Pandora's box and not a feeble one. Like
I heard that fire was invented in multiple human societies without communication
yeah,
independently. In like the course of 1,000 years or less,
yeah,
uh, in a like a 500,000 history, like suddenly there's 1,000 years in which everyone just invents fire. Like, how did that happen? At some point, memplexes must have evolved deep enough to, evolve in
yeah,
this direction for everyone to just come to this conclusion. And we are seeing like copycats, and maybe those are not only actual copies, but maybe reinventions of the same idea that just matured enough in people's brains. And yeah, and this thing can be reinvented, and it was, as we talked in the chat, it was invented back in 2010 in a blog post. I mean, not in a blog post, but in a in a forum thread somewhere, which I wasn't aware of when I was coming to this conclusion. But it's just a natural idea that has to appear somewhere, and will be reappearing unless it, I mean, I don't know how many people will be willing to actually do more than write an article about it and call it a day. But no, but you know, uh, hope it will popularize fast enough to like mm, have those things that invent be those that I'm sorry, to reach those people who are inventing it right now before they do the excessive work, and later find out it was wasted because it's already there.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. Um, it's definitely a virus that's spreading, and
Yeah.
people can't stop it. And the original is Aragon, and like you said, there's no incentive to recreate Aragon unless you wanted to break it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you want to fix it, well, I think if someone forks Ergon to fix something, and that will be contentious, uh, it won't be a problem, like by what we talked about before, because because the liquidity isn't forking, the liquidity that stands behind the price.
Yeah, liquidity is everything.
Yeah.
Liquidity is the real substance.
Yeah. You also wanted to talk about the website, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to like look at it is a basic launch pad of like ideas for a peer-to-peer digital cash, but that's been done 1,000 times. So now we need to like take all these ideas that we've had over the past couple of days or weeks and
Yeah,
plant them onto the website. So when
yeah,
people see the website, they see all these ideas, um,
yeah,
all these crazy awesome ideas. So we can trigger a bunch of like um people target audiences. We need to hit the right we need to hit every target audience. Like our target audience is humanity. So
yeah.
we need to we need to speak a universal language. And it can't just be like this niche, oh, we're a peer-to-peer digital cash like thing. We have to grow and evolve the website so that it can speak universally to all people when they see it.
Yeah, it contains basically ideas that were not very refined. Like it contains ideas like just from me, and that's not much, because we are refining the entire memeplex and we are evolving it as we go, and all of those conversation, all of those things, they are pushing the boundaries of the narratives that are available to us, right? Because I yeah, the website is pretty dated compared to the
Yeah.
memeplex we have now.
Yeah. And I don't need style. I just mean content wise. It needs
Yeah, the content wise, yeah, absolutely, I agree. This is like the old stuff, the stuff, the ideas we started with,
the new
like the seed of what what evolves in
yeah,
now in multiple brains,
yeah,
and
yeah.
how we
Yeah.
we do distributed computations in our brain right now, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're
We're
synchronizing
like
them.
the website is still representing the seed, but we're already a tree. So
Yeah,
we need to have the website being a tree. You know what I mean?
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
So
I also feel this way about it, but I'm kind of like, when I look at it, I don't know how to spell those things differently, like what to
oh well,
change, like
I
the
I got you. I can help.
it's really like the entire structure forces, like the entire structure that is there forces the logic on itself.
Well,
So
let's start from like top to bottom, um, in regards to the website. Okay, like the first thing you see, stable peer-to-peer cash system. That's good. Features, fair, safe, fast. This see all these features. Um, e- every blockchain has these features already.
yeah, yeah,
We
that
don't
that that that, that we
we
can
don't
throw
need
that away.
we don't need to be promoting that. We need to be promoting the stuff that makes us unique on the front end.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, but if the audience is everyone, that those things are still relevant.
Fair, safe, no downtimes, borderless. I guess it's not that we need to replace it. It's that there's something missing between the features and the download. Like there's
Yeah, I think
app.
those features, maybe we can just drop them and replace them with with another concept, like not a list of things. I don't know, like maybe like something that gathers this those ideas in something more um, more distilled, right? So something like summarizes that all up in one sentence and puts different an entirely different thing in here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the structure still forces itself on here. Maybe it should be like, I don't know. Maybe draw it from scratch on a piece of paper, like a map of what should be
Right.
there, like not being suggested, but by what is here, because the structure really forces itself here. I mean, forces its own logic, because like, yeah, you have those features. Yeah, you're listing features. You have frequently asked questions, so you come up with questions. Maybe that's not a. I mean, maybe the entire structure is a problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about it more. Got a lot of thinking to do. Um, it has to evolve. So
Yeah, and I'm not sure about this infinite scrolling of the entire website. Also,
what? Infinite
this
scroll?
infinite scrolling, yeah, like the fact that it's just one page that is long, and and things are ordered one by one. Maybe it should be like more of a, you jump to what you want, not
Yeah.
by scrolling, but like I don't know, tabs, or
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it needs like it needs a change. So we don't have to go through the download, like you don't have to scroll past downloads to reach like informations, right? Because or you don't have to scroll through the frequently asked questions to reach the ecosystem. I don't know. Well, there is
We
the
we have a
bar, but
lot of we have a lot of new concepts that work well for Ergon. So let's just I'll message you some ideas on what to add. Um, maybe maybe above features. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
something above features. Like a dream, like a vision board of ideas.
Yeah, something like a
Because
brain map.
we have so many concepts that we need to put onto the website so people can dive deep into it and like get instantly hooked on it. We need people to be instantly hooked onto this. Okay.
Yeah, because also I'm so dissatisfied with this um, second title, Bitcoin like cryptocurrency for payments. Nah, that's not just that. That's
Yeah, let's make it something bigger. Let's something more. The second coming of Bitcoin. But not
yeah,
literally that, but like something of that nature.
yeah,
I think that would make a lot of sense. Uh,
yeah.
I'll 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 write down some ideas and jot them down and run them by you, and you can update the website as we go. We can do small, moderate tweaks, and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, man. I think I'll have to go. I maybe I'll try to sleep this time, like for real this time. My insomnia is pretty bad right now.
You still going to go see a physician?
Yeah. I have to schedule that. I have to like call them.
Oh man, call them tomorrow.
I mean, the place where I go. Yeah, yeah,
Call them as soon as possible. It's like,
yeah. That's like the first step, and that's always
yeah,
most difficult.
when I fixed my insomnia, everything started working out.
Yeah, it ruins my body and brain
Yeah, yeah,
completely.
yeah. You need sleep, bro. Um,
Yeah.
you
All
need,
right. I'll have to go now.
but yeah, seriously, get some sleep, whatever it takes to get some sleep, as long as it doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's the best
bar,
sleep.
the bar is pretty low right now. Just get some sleep.
Yeah, the eternal sleep. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully not that, but yeah.
no, 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 I'm not depressed.
All right. All right.
All right, so see you later.
Yep, I'm gonna stop the recording.